Well, hello. Here's your little video for the bread making recipe. So, as promised, I've already mixed my flour. So in here you're gonna put 1 3/4 cups of white flour as well as 1 3/4 cups of whole wheat flour. To this we will add 1 1/2 teaspoon of salt and 1/2 teaspoon of yeast. So the regular dry yeast, sometimes it comes in in a little jar. If you think you're going to be making a lot of bread, this you can freeze. So my container here goes into the freezer and we leave it there. It lasts forever. So that's your basic recipe. 1 3/4 cups of white, 1 3/4 cups of whole wheat, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, and some yeast as well, 1/2 teaspoon of yeast. To this, now your dad wants some raisin bread, so I'm gonna just mix the dry ingredients. I like to use a fork. I find it goes better for the mixing. To which I'm gonna add some raisins. There's already cinnamon in there. If you want the amounts, I'll give them to you later on. So a little bit of that. And what else am I missing? That is it. Yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna mix this and I'm gonna add the water. So the water, I like to take it not hot, not cold, right in between. One would say lukewarm, but I would say lukewarm, just a little bit warmer than lukewarm. I find the bread, it mixes better. So what I have in here, we've put some maple syrup in here, so it's not just water. Again, I'll give you the amounts if you're interested. It's not quite 2 cups, so it's between the 1 3/4 and the 2 cups. So I put the water in, and then you just mix. So I find that when you mix, first of all, you're gonna scrape the sides as much as you can, then you go in the center. When I mix, at some point I have a harder time, so I start mixing backwards. Now I'm holding it in an awkward position, so it's not going very well. But if you move in one direction and then you start going backwards, I find it helps. So you're gonna do this until there's no flour left on the edges of the bowl, so you can keep on scraping and make sure everything forms a nice ball, that there's no leftover of flour. So there's nothing much left at the bottom. Even if I lift it, there you can see there's nothing at the bottom here. So once that's done, you're gonna let it rest for the entire night. So it's about 8 hours that it needs or more. And you're gonna put a shower cap on it, like this one, nice shower cap. And you just let it be for the rest of the evening, and tomorrow morning I'll film the second part of the tutorial. So that's it. That's the extent of the work.